Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything podcast, and in this episode it's going to work a little bit different because I'm reviewing the entirety of the 2024 Euros, so there's no cast list or synopsis. It's just, it's a sporting event. It took place between the 14th of June 2024 and the 14th of July 2024, so it took place across a month. So without further ado, here's my review for the 2024 Euros. So the first game was Germany versus Scotland and was on the 14th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Germany scores a goal in the 10th minute. Germany scores a goal in the 19th minute. A Scottish player receives a red card. Germany scores for a third time in the 45th minute. Germany scores a fourth goal in the 68th minute. Scotland scores a goal in the 87th minute. Germany scores a goal in the 90th minute, and the final score is 5-1 to Germany. The next game was Hungary versus Switzerland, which took place on the 15th of June 2024 at 2 p.m. This is UK time, I should probably say. The times, or Paris, UK time, or it's one of the two. No, I think it's UK time. Switzerland scores a goal in the 12th minute. Switzerland scores a second goal in the 45th minute. Hungary scores a goal in the 66th minute. Switzerland scores a goal in the 90th minute. The final score is 3-1 to Switzerland. Switzerland, yes. Yeah, the final score is 3-1 Switzerland. The next game was Spain versus Croatia, which took place on the 15th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Spain scores a goal in the 29th minute. Spain scores a second goal in the 32nd minute. Spain scores a third goal in the 45th minute. The final score is 3-0 to Spain. The next game is Italy versus Albania, which took place on the 15th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Albania scores a goal in the first minute. Italy scores a goal in the 11th minute. Italy scores a second goal in the 16th minute. The final score is 2-1 to Italy. Next up is Poland versus Netherlands, which took place on the 16th of June 2024 at 2 p.m. Poland scores a goal in the 16th minute. Netherlands scores a goal in the 29th minute. Netherlands scores a second goal in the 83rd minute. The final score is 2-1 to Netherlands. Then we've got Slovenia versus Denmark, which took place on the 16th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Denmark scores a goal in the 17th minute. Slovenia scores a goal in the 77th minute. The final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Serbia versus England, which took place on the 16th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. England scores a goal in the 13th minute, and the final score is 1-0 to England. Next up we have Romania versus Ukraine, which took place on the 17th of June 2024 at 2 p.m. Romania scores a goal in the 29th minute. Romania scores a second goal in the 53rd minute. Romania scores a third goal in the 57th minute, and the final score is 3-0 to Romania. Next up is Belgium versus Slovakia, which was on the 17th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Slovakia scores a goal in the 7th minute. The final score is 1-0 to Slovakia. Next up is Austria versus France, which took place on the 17th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. France scores a goal due to an own goal. The final score is 1-0 to France. Next up is Turkey versus Georgia, which took place on the 18th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Turkey scores a goal in the 25th minute. Turkey scores a goal in the 25th minute. Georgia scores a goal in the 32nd minute. Turkey scores a second goal in the 65th minute. Turkey scores a third goal in the 90th minute, and the final score is 3-1 to Turkey. Next up is Portugal versus Czechia, which was on the 18th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Czechia scores a goal in the 62nd minute. Portugal scores a goal due to an own goal in the 69th minute. Portugal scores a second goal in the 90th minute. The final score is 2-1 to Portugal. Next up is Croatia versus Albania on the 19th of June 2024 at 2 p.m. Albania scores a goal in the 11th minute. Croatia scores a goal in the 74th minute. Croatia scores a second goal in the 76th minute due to an own goal. Albania scores a second goal in the 90th minute. The final score is a 2-2 draw. Next up is Germany versus Hungary, which took place on the 19th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Germany scores a goal in the 22nd minute. Germany scores a second goal in the 67th minute, and the final score is 2-0 to Germany. Next up is Scotland versus Switzerland, which was on the 19th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Scotland scores a goal in the 13th minute. Switzerland scores a goal in the 26th minute, and the final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Slovenia versus Serbia, which was on the 20th of June 2024 at 2 p.m. Slovenia scores a goal in the 69th minute. Serbia scores a goal in the 90th minute, and the final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Denmark versus England, which was on the 20th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. England scores a goal in the 18th minute. Denmark scores a goal in the 34th minute, and the final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Spain versus Italy, which was on the 20th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Spain scores a goal in the 55th minute due to an own goal. The final score is 1-0 to Spain. Next up is Slovakia versus Ukraine, which was on the 21st of June 2024 at 2 p.m. Slovakia scores a goal in the 17th minute. Ukraine scores a goal in the 54th minute. Ukraine scores a second goal in the 80th minute. The final score is 2-1 to Ukraine. Next up is Poland versus Austria, which was on the 21st of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Austria scores a goal in the 9th minute. Poland scores a goal in the 30th minute. Austria scores a second goal in the 66th minute, and Austria scores a third goal in the 78th minute, and the final score is 3-1 to Austria. Next up is Netherlands versus France, which was on the 21st of June 2024 at 8 p.m. The final score is a 0-0 draw. Next up is Georgia versus Czechia, which was on the 22nd of June 2024 at 2 p.m. Georgia scores a goal in the 45th minute. Czechia scores a goal in the 59th minute. The final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Turkey versus Portugal, which was on the 22nd of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Portugal scores a goal in the 21st minute. Portugal scores a second goal in the 28th minute due to an own goal. Portugal scores a third goal in the 55th minute, and the final score is 3-0 to Portugal. Next up is Belgium versus Romania, which was on the 22nd of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Belgium scores a goal in the 2nd minute. Belgium scores a second goal in the 80th minute, and the final score is 2-0 to Belgium. Next up is Switzerland versus Germany, which was on the 23rd of June at 2024 at 8 p.m. Switzerland scores a goal in the 28th minute. Germany scores a goal in the 90th minute, and the final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Scotland versus Hungary, which was on the 23rd of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Same time as the previous game. Hungary scores a goal in the 90th minute, and the final score is 1-0 to Hungary. Next up is Albania versus Spain, which was on the 24th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Spain scores a goal in the 13th minute, and the final score is 1-0 to Spain. Next up is Croatia versus Italy, which was on the 24th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. like the last game was. Croatia scores a goal in the 55th minute. Italy scores a goal in the 90th minute, and the final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Netherlands versus Austria, which was on the 25th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Austria scores a goal in the 6th minute due to an own goal. Netherlands scores a goal in the 47th minute. Austria scores a second goal in the 57th minute. Netherlands scores a second goal in the 75th minute. Austria scores the third goal in the 80th minute, and the final score is 3-2 to Austria. Next up is France versus Poland, which was on the 25th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. France scores a goal in the 56th minute. Poland scores a goal in the 79th minute, and the final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is England versus Slovenia, which was on the 25th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. The final score is a 0-0 draw. Next up is Denmark versus Serbia, which was also on the 25th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. which also had a final score of a 0-0 draw. Next up is Slovakia versus Romania, which was on the 26th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Slovakia scores a goal in the 24th minute, Romania scores a goal in the 37th minute, and the final score is a 1-1 draw. Next up is Ukraine versus Belgium, which was also on the 26th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. The final score is a 0-0 draw. Next up is Georgia versus Portugal on the 26th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Georgia scores a goal in the 2nd minute. Georgia scores a second goal in the 57th minute, and the final score is 2-0 to Georgia. Next up is Czechia versus Turkey, which was also on the 26th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. One of the Czechian players is issued with a red card. Turkey scores a goal in the 51st minute. Czechia scores a goal in the 66th minute. Turkey scores a second goal in the 90th minute, and the final score is 2-1 to Turkey. Next up is Italy versus Switzerland, which is on the 29th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Switzerland scores a goal in the 37th minute. Switzerland scores a second goal in the 46th minute. The final score is 2-0 to Switzerland. Italy is eliminated and Switzerland advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is Germany versus Denmark on the 29th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Germany scores a goal in the 53rd minute. Germany scores a second goal in the 68th minute. The final score is 2-0 to Germany, which means that Denmark is eliminated and Germany advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is England versus Slovakia, which was on the 30th of June 2024 at 5 p.m. Slovakia scores a goal in the 25th minute. England scores a goal in the 90th minute. England scores a second goal in the 91st minute. The final score is 2-1 to England. Slovakia is eliminated and England advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is Spain versus Georgia on the 30th of June 2024 at 8 p.m. Georgia scores a goal in the 18th minute due to an own goal. Spain scores a goal in the 39th minute. Spain scores a second goal in the 51st minute. Spain scores a third goal in the 75th minute. Spain scores a fourth goal in the 83rd minute. The final score is 4-1 to Spain, which means that Georgia is eliminated and Spain advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is France versus Belgium, which took place on the 1st of July 2024 at 5 p.m. France scores a goal in the 85th minute due to an own goal. The final score is 1-0 to France, which means that Belgium is eliminated and France advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is Portugal versus Slovenia, which took place on the 1st of July 2024 at 8 p.m. The final score is 3-0 to Portugal on penalties. Slovenia is eliminated and Portugal advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is Romania versus the Netherlands, which took place on the 2nd of July 2024 at 5 p.m, where Netherlands scores a goal in the 20th minute, Netherlands scores a second goal in the 83rd minute, Netherlands score a third goal in the 90th minute. This means that the final score is 3-0 to Netherlands, which means that Romania is eliminated and Netherlands advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is Australia. No, wrong country. They're not even in the Euros. They're not in Europe then. Austria versus Turkey took place on the 2nd of July 2024 at 8 p.m. Turkey scores a goal in the first minute. Turkey scores a second goal in the 59th minute. Austria scores a goal in the 66th minute. The final score is 2-1 to Turkey. Austria is eliminated and Turkey advances to the quarterfinals. Next up is Spain versus Germany, which took place on the 5th of July 2024 at 5 p.m. Spain scores a goal in the 51st minute. Germany scores a goal in the 89th minute. Spain scores a second goal in the 119th minute. The final score is 2-1 to Spain, which means that Germany is eliminated and Spain advances to the semi-finals. Next up is Portugal versus France, which took place on the 5th of July 2024 at 8 p.m. The final score is 5-3 on penalties to France, which means that Portugal is eliminated and France advances to the semi-finals. Next up is England versus Switzerland, which was on the 6th of July 2024 at 5 p.m. Switzerland scores a goal in the 75th minute, England scores a goal in the 80th minute. The final score is 1-1 and 5-3 to England after penalties. Switzerland is eliminated and England advances to the semi-finals. Next up is Netherlands versus Turkey, which took place on the 6th of July 2024 at 8 p.m. Turkey scores a goal in the 35th minute, Netherlands scores a goal in the 70th minute, Netherlands scores a second goal in the 76th minute due to an own goal. The final score is 2-1 to Netherlands, which means that Turkey is eliminated and Netherlands advances to the semi-finals. Next up is Spain versus France, which took place on the 9th of July 2024 at 8 p.m. France scores a goal in the 8th minute, Spain scores a goal in the 21st minute, Spain scores a second goal in the 25th minute. The final score is 2-1 to Spain, which means that France is eliminated and Spain advances to the final. We have our penultimate game, which is Netherlands versus England, which took place on the 10th of July 2024 at 8 p.m. Netherlands scores a goal in the 7th minute, England scores a goal in the 18th minute, England scores a second goal in the 90th minute. The final score is 2-1 to England, which means the Netherlands is eliminated and England advances to the final. The final of the Euros was between Spain and England, which took place on the 14th of July 2024 at 8 p.m. So Spain scores a goal in the 47th minute, England scores a goal in the 73rd minute, Spain scores another goal in the 86th minute, which means that the final score is 2-1 to Spain, which means that England are the 2024 Euros runners-up and Spain wins the 2024 Euros. That is my review of the 2024 Euros. So, I haven't done it. Why haven't I done it? Yes. Next time on the Everything Podcast, I'll be reviewing the Neighbours episode that was released on the 15th of July 2024. Here's the trailer.
Coming up on Neighbours.
Dad just flew in.
Vic.
My ex-husband is in town. So why is he here? What does he want?
Can't skip all the big stuff and then roll in here and act like a father.
You must be Haz's sister. Thanks for holding the fort, but I'll take it from here. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You and Amira. I don't get what's wrong. What did I do?
You're not my boyfriend anymore.
Fine by me. Come here, fella.
This is Logan. Logan, this is Aaron. Aaron was married to David.
Melanie has told me all about him. I can't even imagine what you've been through after you lost your partner.
You want to make sure you make a good first impression.
Aren't you going to get in trouble for ditching school?
Your son is the bad influence here.
Your coffee's on fire. I had to think the residents of Irene Rising will be the very first to try it tomorrow.
There's been another poisoning.
Welcome to the official opening of Irene Rising.
Chin chin. What does that taste?
Help! Help!
That was the trailer, or the most recent trailer that has been released for Neighbours, which, as I previously mentioned, was released for the May episode, but not really. So yes, that's why I'm using that trailer. So yeah, let me go back to this episode. Let me know what you thought about the 2024 Euros if you watched it, and my review if you didn't. You can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well with anything else you want to come to the channel. So we have a review suggestion for a TV show or movie. So we have had movie side Back to the Future Part 2. We have had Argyle, which I have started writing. We've also had Hitman, and TV wise we've had Fallout, The Boys Season 4 and both seasons of House of the Dragon, as well as others. Yes, put those in the comments as well. And remember, no, I've skipped. I try to keep the outro the same, but I forget it. Book reviews, I'm willing to do them. I've just not had any to give an example. Comic reviews, I've been asked to review some 1990s Marvel comics. So I've chosen the Avengers Forever comic series. It's only 12 issues, so I can do that relatively easily and quickly. And also some news about your favourite TV show or movie, because as I previously mentioned, I'll be reviewing both. Talking about all the news that was released, that will be released, is dependent upon when you're watching this, for San Diego Comic Con and D23 2020. Also put your comments, thoughts on all of those as well in the comments below. And remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.